Look.
Yeah, what are we're Christmas stupid now. Because we've forgotten everything. Welcome back to the Forever DM's Star Wars Hunter podcast. We are getting started after taking just 2 weeks off for the holidays. Hope everybody had a good holiday.
2 weeks? You mean like 2 freaking years at this point?
It feels like...
Absolutely.
God, feels like we haven't played since last year.
Gotcha. But somebody was bound to make the joke.
He's out of line, but he's not wrong. So, with that, let's do since everybody's on the same page, because I had to do a recap for myself earlier, because I literally was like, oh shit, we're playing. Where were we? So as we last left off, you guys are still in the other city of Coruscant. You guys are investigating a Imperial security officer who apparently went missing in the Undercity of Coruscant during just before the switch in power. This is supposed to be a job interview for possible other gigs such as this. Dealing with a local information broker, you found out that he had 2 tasks that needed to be performed. One of which was throwing a fight. You guys did that. Another which was a little bit more complicated, saving his nephew from the Pike Syndicate that has taken over this district.
I failed.
Upon further investigation and going into the tubes, the tunnels, and several party split-ups, even 4-way split-ups, you guys investigated and found out several things of interest. Number one of which, Tisk found out that for some reason there is a protocol droid that walks on a regular schedule between a Pike-controlled power hub and the main, what you guys believe to be the main Pike cook lab for the spice in the area. Watt and Thule investigated the pipes going into said lab, with Watt being able to take control of the system with some skillful tech checks and not killing himself with a laser grid. And then, meanwhile, Shug made a robot.
Hell yeah.
So, we'll pick up where we left off. I believe you guys are taking a long rest, and you are, yet again, within the Doug Love Nest that is your hideout currently.
I hate that phrase.
Love it.
Don't forget, they do use their feet.
They do use their feet.
Oh, no. Oh, well, that's back in my skull. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I told you, you can't forget.
I had forgotten.
I gotta lean back whenever I have to burp. I burped so hard earlier, I actually threw my mic off the OBS. I had to reset it. I was like, so that's a thing.
So, where are we now? We're all back in the love nest.
Currently, this is, you guys took a long rest after you and Thule investigated the pipes, after you guys discovered just on the other side of this building, there is a large group of armed gentlemen with explosives that are hanging out in a room.
Right.
Luck,
Yeah.
A great desert game, though.
yeah, luckily, through some persuasion from Thule, a fight didn't break out. But yeah,
that was not helpful in that at all.
So there is that. So yes, we'll pick up. I believe where we left off is you guys got back and found out Shug made a robot. He made a friend.
Literally.
And I did get you your token for your robot.
Oh, cool.
So as we walk in the door, I'm looking at Thule. I just want their stuff.
They
Can I have their stuff?
did have fun things.
Yeah, I think I should have it.
You could offer to pay them for it with your endless stash of little chips.
What?
Well, it's like trading. People like those things, and you like their things, so you offer to trade.
Okay. And Watt turns and walks out the door.
Should I be concerned about whatever's going on here?
I just turned to Thule. What stuff?
We found a group of armed civilians. Watt wants their explosives.
So by civilians, you mean gangsters?
I mean, they played a good Deseret game.
There's a reptilian, like, eyebrow raise. How much explosives? And how many of them?
They weren't the highest quality of things, but they had a table stacked in a pile of different explosives and weapons.
Hey, look,
There
I know
were
what you're
4
thinking.
of them in the
We're gonna
room,
give a
is that
little
right?
profile. No. We don't need any more information about this.
Is that right, Bill? There were 4 people in the room?
Oh, there was more than that.
Yeah, there was more than 4.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah, you say we don't need any more information? Watt's already gone.
No,
Yeah.
I'm well aware of that. We're going to sit right here, and we're going to listen for blaster fire, and if we don't hear blaster fire, we're not going out there.
Thule sticks his head back out into the hallway and have fun making friends. Remember to
There you
trade, not steal.
They're either going to send him packing, or he's going to come back with some explosives that he bought, and I'm interested to see which one happens.
I already had to lift up their bed. I'm done babysitting.
All right. So what? Where? Not that I need to ask, but where are you headed?
You don't need to ask. It's probably best if you don't know, honestly. I head straight back to the other room. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. As if something has dawned on me along the way. And I look into my little credit pouch and start counting. Literally, like, in the open, because I wouldn't think not to, so... That's where I go.
All right. So you walk up to this. This is something I meant to ask you. How you play Watt as if he's an ADHD gremlin? Does he actually forget stuff?
No.
Okay, so he will. He would remember where this place is.
Yeah.
He's impulsive type, not an attentive type.
Yeah. Thank you, counselor.
You're welcome, counselor.
Yeah, I'm very impulsive, but not like Watt is very intelligent.
Okay.
It's just not very thematically wise. Mechanically, he's fine. But
All right. So you make your way back to this apartment. Very familiar. It's still got the kind of the dent or the lean, the indention on it where Thule was kind of putting his Hulk into it, trying to push the door open.
I love it.
So it's easy to pick out which room it is.
Oh yeah, just walk right up. Boo, 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 boo. Hello.
Eventually, you don't hear a noise.
I will knock again. Hello.
Another minute passes. No sound coming from the other side.
I have money.
Is the door able to be locked after I bashed it in?
That's a good question.
Because this is the one I leaned on real hard.
Oh yeah, this is the one you almost broke.
Okay, almost. That gives me hope that Watt might actually be locked out. Right? I thought about it as soon as I said it, that's a dumb thing to assume.
So what? You've knocked 3 times. No answer.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
There is no door that can bar me.
You can't hold me.
Yeah. Immediately, there's a flick of the wrist, and my like Pip-Boy like apparatus unfolds, and there's a series of little electronic picks that come out, and
You pull out your sci-fi Gerber tool.
Yep.
Your pop lad.
Yeah, my pop lad. That's right.
Pop lad.
And I want to go inside. So,
all right. Don't even need a slicer check, because much as a little voice of Thule in your head, did he, think, did he break this door? The lock is not engaged.
Okay, that's easy. I go in. Hello?
All right. Pushing open this door, it is dark in this apartment.
We just left here.
No, you guys took a long rest.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So you walk in, it is dark in this apartment. And you start noticing the light coming from the hallway shining in. Drawers are open. Left open. Random bits of just trash, like a empty bottle laying around. Scrap data pad that's been cleaned.
Are there signs of violence?
Roll an insight check. I don't think I've ever made roll an insight check yet.
That's dangerous. Four.
4? With a 4, yes. There looks like there's violence everywhere. Everything is gone. Everything has been removed. There's trash everywhere, and all your new friends are gone.
Immediately, Watt starts pacing, and I'm going to toss the room, looking for any clue as to where they went.
Okay. As you toss the room, you start to notice that it's been pre-tossed. It's pretty handy for them that they've done this for you. Roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Absolutely, I'm very grateful that they've done the hard work for me. Natural 20.
And a 1. A 20 and a 1.
Everything in balance.
Yeah. So with a natural 20, you digging into what's left, you start noticing the drawers are completely empty. I'm talking about there's like, this is the Grinch here. There's no crumb left for the mice, type of situation. But spell types. Look something up real quick. All right, you do find digging through near the table, near the end, almost in a corner, as if it fell as they were leaving in a hurry or violent scuffle, as it appears to you. A stick of petrocrete explosive.
Ooh.
About the size of a USB drive.
Having worked demolitions at a very rudimentary level in the shipyard where I worked basically scrapping old Imperial stuff as obviously very voluntary labor. Have I seen anything like this? And if so, do I have an idea of like the kind of yield that it would hold? Is this for like just popping a lock kind of size, or would this take out a door, or would this blow up a car?
What? Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, what skill do I want you to use? What skill do you want to use to determine that?
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna use piloting, and the way I'm gonna work around that, or the way I'm approaching that logic, is I was scrapping ships. So either piloting or technology, either way, it's the same role on my end. With an understanding of like, okay, you need so many little sticks of the thing the big guy gave me in order to sever a corridor so that the crane can pull it away, but don't be anywhere near that because there'll be a backblast through the little air shaft I'm crawling through, kind of thing. So either tech or pilot, leaning into like starship skill.
Okay, give me a roll.
All right. Nope. 7.
You don't know how big of an explosive this is. It doesn't look anything like the ones that the Empire gave you to scrap ships with.
Okay.
But you know bigger sticks than this were given to you.
Funny. Okay. All right. I'm gonna head back. Having tossed the room, I'm gonna check to make sure my little tunnel access is still there.
Oh yeah.
And
You
then
can't
head
lift the
back.
bed because you don't have Thule, but you're able to climb under there and you still see that the tunnel is still there.
Awesome.
Or at least the hatch.
You got it. And then I'll head back.
Awesome. So, while this is going on, what's everybody else doing?
Being told that they're not leaving and going and finding where all these explosives went, Tisk pulls back out their pile of random parts and begins fitting together a few things, and over the course of the next little bit winds up fashioning 2 charges of smaller explosives that they'd add to their bandolier.
Okay. So you make 2 more grenades.
Not quite. It's the demolition specialist feature of that. So I over a long rest or short rest, I create additional charges for the day that I can throw out.
Awesome. Okay. So that's what you're doing. Thule and Shug. What are you guys doing?
Thule has gone over to Sugar and is checking out this new robot. I want to know about it. What's it do? What does it? Who does it listen to? The last time I tried to, I think I tried to give it a high five or something last session, and it shocked me at one point. So just trying to figure out what you've done with this thing.
What is your robot and what does it do?
So this thing, it can do whatever I want it to do. Right now, I have it fit to well, you can see it flies, and I've increased the size of it so it could take a little more punishment, and it's good at eavesdropping. I can send it to listen to whoever we want.
And how will it? Does it turn invisible? I can see it, and Thule like pushes at it to move it.
So
if it was listening to me, I would crush it.
I have a module that I can install that will turn it invisible. I'll have to make it a little smaller, but yeah. Short answer, I can make it invisible. Not right now in this moment. It'll take me a couple hours, but
This is fascinating. And you drive this?
It'll follow my commands, and I tap my little data pad that I have on my arm, and it'll I can communicate it with this up to a certain distance.
Fascinating. What will they think of next?
You mean me? What will I think of next?
Oh, yes, you specifically.
Here.
Well, I was thinking about putting guns on it that blast us, but I don't know. Maybe a little much.
There, I showed you the token art for it.
Love it. Could it, with these tiny arms, mount a charge, say, on the outside of a space yacht?
Let's see here. Okay, so if I were to install arms, it says your tracker droid gains 2 arms. It doesn't say. It has the perception and survival skills. So yeah, probably not. It does not have a. This is not a tech droid. I didn't build this to help me with tech stuff because I'm already really good at that. I built it to augment our things, like things that we're not great at. So currently, no. But with some modification.
I guess I wouldn't want to be out of a job. Cool toy. And I pat you on the head this time instead?
If all that is required is for it to like place the charge onto a thing, yes. But if it's required to like set the charge, no.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, for sake of brevity, we'll say about this time, what comes back in.
Hey, look, see, he's back and he's fine. And he doesn't have any explosives. I like looked at his hands. He does have an explosive. He has 1 explosive.
Somebody got to them. They are all dead.
Oh,
What?
but
They're all gone. The place was trashed.
why do you think that? What do you think the dead was? It blood and
Their bodies?
bodies?
Well, no.
Okay. Well, I'm a whole lot less concerned now.
But they left you explosives that look like a pack of bubblegum. That was wise.
Yeah.
Is that about the same size we're talking? Like, is that...
Yeah, about double mint gum pack, about that much.
Perfect. It's
I love
the
it.
great mint of the statement of double mint gum. So,
The statement of the great mint of double mint gum. Jeez. Sheesh.
sorry. I was more of a zebra fan, right? Zebra stripe, where you chew it for 5 seconds and then want to spit it out because it tastes like shit.
I like Bazooka Joe because I like pain.
And free swag for turning in comics.
Also true.
I have a Bazooka Joe t-shirt around here somewhere that I got for 50 packs of gum. Plus shipping.
So what? Are you holding up this stick?
Oh, absolutely.
Tisk, give me a perception check.
Holding it up proudly.
Dead.
Oh God.
A 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't notice.
I
So,
don't
what
understand
kind of-
holding the explosive, or
You don't notice that the explosive is armed. I'm guessing. What you got there? What are you gonna do with that?
I don't know. It's all I have.
Can I take a look at it?
No, it's all I have left of them.
With my keen senses, what is it? Keen something or other. I get a bonus to the detail oriented. I have advantage on investigation checks that rely on sight within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
I mean, I imagine you can probably.
Okay. That is a
I mean, I'm not trying
22.
to hide it by any
Yeah.
22. So what
For
you have
investigation.
here is, even Tisk can see, it's obviously a stick of petrocrete explosive, which it's not dangerous. You have to have a detonator in it. You have to have it rig up to an explosive device. On its own, it's inert. You can bang it, you can hit it, you can throw it, and it's not going to explode. However, the size, the shape, the look, with a dirty 20,
No, 24.
with
Whatever.
with a 24. This is military grade. This is ex-Empire military grade petrocrete explosive, which probably civilian use or regular use, a larger stick of this would blow a hole into a hull, which is what Watt's used to. Small stick like this might do the same thing.
What do you got there? You got some petrocrete. Whoa! That's military grade. What kind of?
Yeah. What?
It's more powerful than you used to.
I kind of
Just,
like turn my body away from you protectively.
I'm not trying to take it. I'm just telling you. Just a little goes a long way with something like that. You understand?
Tisk walks over with a detonator piece out of his box of stuff, and holds it out towards Watt. You'll need one of these to set that off. I'll trade you for it.
You're trading him the detonator?
Yeah.
For the explosive.
Well, we're rolling for that one. No.
You sounded like Lois just now.
I don't my accent.
Hey, Dad, now.
No.
My voice is all over the place. I don't know.
No, I can't unhear it. Oh, God. I gotta turn that alarm off.
Figured it was worth a try. Can I look at it? I'll give it back.
Okay.
So I will take a closer look at it and get a better vibe for what we got going on here. Which I mean has kind of already been done, but given the like demolition kit specialty and things along those lines, I'm assuming with my hands on it, I've got a pretty good grasp of what this is.
It's your bread and butter. You gotta do it. So, feeding off of Shug's roll, that way I don't have to make you roll the same thing, listening to what he said. Yeah, he's right. This is Imperial grade petrocrete. Twice the strength of anything you get off of a civilian market. Fact that it's... Watt and Thule both said it's in civilian hands is very disconcerting. But in the proper hands, in a decent bomb maker's hands, this could possibly blow a hole into a ship's hull.
This is Imperial grade. Who were these people? You're sure they were not Imperials?
Yes. Well,
Okay,
it
that's
looks
his
incredibly
opinion.
uncertain.
I say this, Watt gives the response, and I'm just looking over to Thule.
Hold on, I'm looking at my list of slang. Gosh it, what? We are such move milkers. We didn't check.
Oh, they're here to fight the bad guys.
They were here to fight someone. It was almost us. Can I try to recall what if there was any insignia or anything on any of their dress? Because we literally did not check. We didn't give a fuck about who these guys were.
No, you certainly didn't.
As far as Watt is concerned, they are the best of people.
We played Deseric for half an hour. Did I get any info that would have led me to be these weren't people outside of having a pile full of weapons? These weren't people who were up to par.
You guys walked into a apartment with guys covered in weapons and explosives. Neither of you asked them questions. It was an everyday thing.
That's funny. You think Watt is going to ask questions?
Well, Thule did specifically tell them, we don't care about what you're doing, we just need to check the fence, so that they didn't kill us.
That is very true.
They do be that way.
Roll, since it was a long rest, 8 hours ago, roll a insight check, Thule.
Oh dear.
Thinking about the time you spent playing Deseric with the one guy and everybody was watching.
Alright, so first, I'm gonna roll, since we had a rest, I'm gonna roll my feigned confidence, because I see Shug and, Jacob, I forgot, Tisk. Shug and Tisk staring at me and ignoring Watt, so I'm going to act like I have all the answers, and I do not, because that's nat 1 for my feigned confidence.
Oh no!
That's
Mark that
the
off.
second time.
Thule doesn't fake being confident well, apparently. We either have the girth or we don't. There's no in between.
So you
with an insight check, that's a 9.
a 9. So with a 9, and what was the natural 1 on?
That was whether or not I could pretend to know more than, or to call up more information than regular.
Gotcha. With a 9, you're thinking really hard. You're doing the Winnie the Pooh. Think.
What the fuck, Bill?
So
I'm never going to unsee that.
how do you think I felt when I found the fucking Herlick port?
No.
We don't need to talk about it.
Like I said, you either got the girth or you don't.
So as you're sitting there thinking, you don't remember any insignia, but I will say with a 9 insight, being an pirate, attacking several ships as you did, be it Imperial or not, there's usually some type of insignia with a group of armed men such as this, except, of course, if they're pirates. But even then, it's easy to tell a pirate. When you think back to these groups of individuals, you don't even think of anything that stuck out, other than the fact they were wearing very similar combat suits. And with a 9 insight, I'm going to say that the lack of any type of insignia or any type of identifying feature on their outfits might point to an intentional thing.
So as you all stare at Thule expectantly over Watt's nonsense, well, they all wore similar combat suits, but they weren't identified as Imperials. Oh, bother. After I'm done with my thinking.
And no idea what they were here for then.
I told them we were just there to check the vents. Otherwise, they would have shot us. Other than beating them at Dejarik, I didn't get much info.
I did.
What did you learn about them? What?
What?
Right.
You can tell that Watt is just trying to be a part of the conversation. That's it. I mentioned the vents and the security systems in the vents, but that's all Watt knew about the situation.
I was more excited about a successful mission than I was about the people we interrupted. Not part of the job.
We did a good job.
All right, look, I don't think it matters. They're gone. We have some of the explosives. Good for us. They're doing whatever they're doing, and it's not a problem. We have a very
Wait a
different problem.
minute.
Go ahead.
You get that like, oh no, okay, as if Watt had an idea and then realized it was wrong, and I do that 3 times. Like each time it builds. The guy
Right.
we're hunting was an Imperial. What if
Yeah.
they're here to keep him quiet?
Well, that maybe we better pull this job quick and get his information.
You guys just have a group of unidentified mercenaries running around in the underworld with a massive amount of explosive and guns. I mean, what can go wrong?
Business as usual.
Everything can go wrong, and that's the best part.
This is Vobin's building. If we really were worried, we could ask him.
Does he own the building? I thought he just owned the.
Oh!
the apartment.
And I go back out front. Like, don't share my idea. I just go. Typical Watt. I head back to the data terminal that's been yanked out of the facility.
Okay.
Wisdom seems to constantly be chasing that little one. It is a shame he is so fast.
Easy enough. It's like 10 feet away from you. You walk up. Cord's still hanging there. Just right into your pip lad.
Pip lad. Pop lad. Pip.
Pop lad. Pop lad.
Pop lad.
Yeah. Pip boy to pop lad.
That's right. He's grown up. Can I access the building records? Any sort of security cameras or, credit card statements or anything like that in the building. Watt has completely forgotten about our objective, and I'm so hyper fixated on this
All right.
that this is now Watt's mission.
Okay. Roll me a tech check.
And since I left myself a backdoor into the system,
This is mostly for searching, so you can use investigation if you want to.
it's the same for me either way. So, oh, that was almost a natural 20. 12.
12.
Wait, do I have an inspiration? Because if I do, I will absolutely burn it.
I think every one of you should have an inspiration unless you burned them already.
I burned it. Okay, never mind. 12.
All right, with your 12, you scan through and building records, this rundown, first level of the Undercity, Coruscant. There's not really... This isn't the best, apartment building.
Yeah.
A lot of it, some of the records here are old, like several cycles old. You're not really seeing much A lot of security cameras are offline. A lot of security doors within the facility, even though they lock, they don't have a backup bypass on them. So they would be easily hacked. So you're not seeing a lot of recorded comings and goings. You do see a lot of comings and goings by way of the apartment that you guys are staying in.
Yeah, that's not a concern though. How about the room that those gentlemen were staying in? Who owns that space? Is it a rental unit? Like what's the stitch on that room?
Roll me one more check, and then I'm gonna hold that, and then I'm gonna check with the other party.
You got it.
All right. So what walked off again?
Should we go after him, or do you want to just continue with the planning and then let him come back and catch him up when he's ready?
I assume we'll just wait for blaster fire again.
I like that thought. I like that.
He was able to gain access to the systems in the tunnels. He came back unharmed. I assume it went well. He fit in no problem, so he, at least, and probably you too, Shug, could fit through there if you needed.
Good to know. What about this droid?
I kind of described the path that the droid was taking back and forth between the power substation and the ye old meth lab.
Meth lab. I wonder if we're able to. If I can figure out. What do we have the make and the model of the droid?
Not my thing. But it walks in the open.
It looks like a protocol droid.
Figure it out.
Sure, I would say that it looks like a protocol droid. I would know that
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
In general, do I know how difficult it is to hack a protocol droid?
Depends on the owner.
Okay, so in this situation, probably fairly difficult. If we don't know the function of the droid. I'm not remembering what we found out about the droid.
No, I don't have any idea what it did. I just know that it was on a semi-regular schedule, like going back and forth between the power substation and their hideout.
Look, I have an idea to get us. Well, I don't know what it'll get us. I can pose as a technician, as a droid technician, and I can just follow the droid in. And when they stop me, I can tell them that the droid's been on the fritz and that I'm supposed to be just surveying it, making sure it's doing what it should do. And maybe they let me in, maybe they don't. But couldn't hurt to try.
And if we hear blaster fire, we come in swinging.
I mean, that's a given, right?
You need to be hands-on to hack it. I'm
not even talking about. I'm not even talking about hacking it. I'm talking about just following it and telling people that I'm supposed to be there.
It seems like it might know if that's true or not.
But you think they're gonna ask the droid?
It's a protocol droid.
I mean, it's on the fritz. You can't trust anything it says.
I just give a shrug.
Well, if you wanted to try and hack it instead, I couldn't find a good place to snatch it in its path.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. I imagine it would log an event like that. We would have to be quick.
I could start a fight in the street that would slow it down.
That draws attention, and I don't know. I'm not the hacking type. We would need what's his face.
No, what is his face?
Yeah, you
You
had
recall last session when we chatted about this a little bit in group. Watt mentioned that he could hold the droid like remotely.
mechanically. What does
Hold
that
person,
do to the?
hold person, but for droids.
No, I understand that, but like mechanically, is the droid shut down during that, or like is it still recording everything? You know, is it still sentient? You know what I mean? If it works just like hold person, I guess
Yeah.
the answer would be yes, right?
And yeah, I think it is still like aware of its surroundings and all of that jazz. It doesn't shut it down; it just takes over.
So we would have to. Okay, so if that was the route we were going to take, which is fine. Like I'm not opposed to it. We would have to convince the droid that we were trying to fix it, right? That it's malfunctioning and that we are helping it, so that it doesn't immediately report us for fucking with it. Which is, in my opinion, not a terrible option. Any thoughts?
Sorry,
No,
I was
only
reading. I was
Only
reading.
pod.
I was reading an option on something. Say the suggestion there again. Apologize.
So okay, so if Watt was to cast hold person on the droid or whatever,
Yeah.
we could then hack into it. But while we're hacking into it, we would also be trying to bluff the droid into thinking that that it's malfunctioning and that we are do-gooders and trying to fix it. Right? We're trying to fix you, bud. You're malfunctioning, and see what we can get from there. You know, and so that it doesn't immediately report us for fucking with it.
Yeah, I was actually gonna suggest something similar there, like using hold person or hold on it to, like make it appear that it's malfunctioning, whether you're trying to lie it to the droid or to anybody else that's watching,
Right.
Like to use that as the kind of like the cover to sell yourself as the technician.
Yeah, that's a good thought too. So what the intention here is to follow the droid in, and then where did it go? Did it go into the facility?
Mm-hmm. Into the substation.
And then it came back out. How long was it in the facility?
I know I watched it like through the course of that. What was the time frames on that?
You-
I followed it like pretty much for the day.
Yeah, you watched it as it walked out of the substation, walked calmly to what you guys believe to be the cookhouse, was in there for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then repeated the process back to the substation.
Motherfucker.
What's up?
I'm not there.
And then how long was it in the substation?
You didn't follow it back.
I thought we waited for it to come back out. Did we not?
No, it started at the substation, went to the spice house, and then went back to the substation. I don't recall any. I mean, it was a fucking month ago, so I don't recall a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was thinking that I had followed it on a full circuit, but if I did not, then that is fair.
what?
Sir.
You digging into this? You find an old owner but that was many, many cycles ago. It did change hands, but the new owner was not recorded. You do see that it is a electronic credit transaction to rent the rooms, and it goes to a holding company. That's as far as you can get.
So who was the last rental then? Can I see that transaction?
You just see that credits changed hands for that room.
Okay.
This, I'll give it to you with the 16 that you got. What might be new to society, but even he can tell when this place is. If you're staying here, it's not for the amenities.
Yeah.
It's for the anonymity.
Yeah. All right. Eventually, I walk back in the room, and just look dejected as shit.
Oh look, he's back. We can ask him now. What? You look like someone kicked your puppy. What? You okay?
I can't find them.
Well, that's unfortunate. But remember that we have some other important business that we're supposed to be taking care of.
Huh?
We need to go re-kidnap Boban's nephew. Remember? In the spice facility.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you wanna help us plan this?
I'll just go in and get him.
Not gonna be that easy. But I like where your head's at. What can you do with a droid? If I was gonna ask you to hack a protocol droid, what could you do?
The droid that goes back and forth?
Uh-huh.
You mean the mule?
Yep, that's what we call it. Yep.
I can stop him.
Once you get your hands on him, what can you make him do? Can you make him do anything besides stop?
I can stop him.
Okay, well, I think that answers our questions.
Wait, you think the droid is a mule?
Yeah.
If it's not, it can be a mule for us, or for me, or for him.
If we still need a distraction, we can just tell that to a junkie. Someone else can do that work for us.
So you think they're using the substation to move the drugs?
If you want information from one point to another, that's easy. You own the network. Why else would a droid go back and forth that's not designed to do work? At best, it moves something.
Well, we can check. We can stop it. We can check, see what was it carrying anything? I asked Tisk. Do you remember?
Bill?
No, it wasn't.
Not that I saw.
And remind me, the substation that it's moving back and forth between, that's where the power for the building is coming?
As far as you guys know, yeah. You guys were tracking down the power.
Yeah.
I need to get closer to my mic. You guys were tracking down the power because you're thinking about cutting it off. Tisk ended up tracking it down and found the substation that is diverting power through the district. And this droid is walking between that substation and what you guys believe to be the main hideout of the Pikes in this district. What else goes on in the substation, you don't know yet.
I don't think. Speaking above board just for a second, I don't think the cook lab, I don't think the meth lab is the main hideout by any means. I think it is. It is a workhouse. You don't.
I think that's a good thought. Yeah.
Yeah, your boss doesn't sleep where the help sleeps.
Which should work in our favor because the boss has seen some of us, may remember a few of us, and so if he's not on station where we're kidnapping the guy,
we saw him. I mean, I tracked him going into the meth lab.
I mean, I know he's going to be there. Like he goes there, but hopefully he's not there all the time, and that should work on our favor.
That is my guess as well.
Yeah, I think so. Just if we're talking above table, I think we need more information, and I think we started going down this path last session. We were going to disrupt the power and just watch and see how they react. But we don't want something as big as like an explosion because the explosion is what we want to use when we're actually going to go in. We just want something like small, like an EMP or something like that, that will disrupt so that we can watch first.
Just a small military grade EMP.
Yes.
Ye old tactical EMP.
And I think I also don't think it's a bad idea to grab the droid and just give it a once over and see if it's carrying anything. I am also down for trying to get. Do you think I should go into the? Should I follow the droid into the substation or should I follow the droid into the spice thing?
And
Spice den.
from what we saw, security was lighter at the substation than it was at the spice den, but that is just outward appearances. We could be totally different under the hood.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And is the substation where the droid started?
On as far as Tisk knows, that's where Tisk saw.
Tisk saw the droid leave the substation, go to the spice facility, and then back.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Go ahead. Sorry, Jacob. Go ahead.
So with the statement of an EMP, Tisk like goes to a grenade he hasn't used yet and pulls it out and holds it.
Oh, look at that! You have an EMP. I'm shocked.
Would an ion grenade work?
Well, you tell me. We needed to knock power out to the spice facility for, I don't know, long enough for them to be alarmed. 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
It'll at least take the systems being rebooted. I can probably reduce the charge a bit, so it doesn't destroy anything.
But when you got the floor plan of the spice facility, where would this need to go?
That's a good question, DM.
Are you talking about knocking out the power?
Mm-hmm.
Just temporarily with the ion grenade.
Well, iron grenades have a limited range, so what you're going to have to knock out is something that the kind of like a condenser or something similar to that. Yeah, you can look on the floor plan. You see a couple of things that an iron grenade would shut down the grid, at least temporarily.
Can he easily get to them through the vents?
Through the vents?
to any of those locations?
Some of them have above ground access, or well, you guys aren't above ground, but you got it'll have above vent or utility tunnel access, and there's some under into the utility tunnels. So yeah, you got several points of access.
I like this line of thinking. Okay, let's think this out. So we EMP the spice facility. The spice facility freaks out, and the first thing they're going to do is they are going to call, we think, the substation, right?
Yeah.
And we're not able to hear any of that. So that's our next step, I think, is can we eavesdrop on that conversation? And the answer is yes. I can modify my droid to have it go eavesdrop on that conversation. I can have it be invisible and it go listen as an option. But is there another way to do that?
Yes, there is.
Is there another way to do that? While are we talking above board, or should I say in character? I'm sorry, I don't care either way. I just don't want to throw off anybody's.
I started doing above table talk just because I feel like we were taking a long time, but I'm fine to do it. I'm fine to do it in character.
I'm fine with chatting this out however you all want to, in character or not.
So Watt historically has been trained in placing charges on things specifically to neutralize targets, assets, whatever. If Watt is going to be the one placing this charge through the tunnels, because the two of you are the only option for that.
Right.
Watt cannot also be the one eavesdropping on the substation. Yes.
No, I was saying I could do that with my droid, but then I asked, is there another way to do that?
Yeah.
There is a tech power that does that. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't have it.
You talking about the tracker droid interface? I have that tech power.
No, there is a tech power. It's like level 1 or level 2 that literally lets you like detect signals. It's kind of like
Gotcha.
detect thought, but it's data traffic.
I got you.
And I don't remember what it's called. I think this is going to be a slightly dangerous situation, but setting up one person watching the cook lab, one person watching the power station, me in the tunnels, and somebody as essentially a QRF to be able to to respond, quick reaction force, to be able to respond one direction or another based on the needs of the scenario.
Respond in force or respond in support?
Either way.
Yes.
Do we think we should also keep eyes on the on the cookhouse as well in some fashion, or are we just relying on whatever they reach out?
I think one of you on the cookhouse, one of you on the power substation, me in the tunnels, and then one of you as a reaction force. So we're basically split 3 ways, and one person, the fourth person, is able to respond either direction depending on the scenario.
Yeah.
I feel like Shug makes the most sense as the substation person, since they have the eavesdropping capability.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna be using my droid to eavesdrop on the call, what end of that conversation
infiltration
do we
or
want to hear?
subterfuge is something Tisk can do. Like, I don't know, is Tisk a sneaky fucker? Like,
I mean, Tisk can be stealthy, but you don't want Tisk trying to talk to anybody.
No, I'm fine with me being at the substation. I think that makes sense.
Um,
That's fine.
I feel like Tisk would probably be like a solid option to try and go hide out and just observe the cookhouse. Just find a spot and keep an eye on what happens. Um,
Hey, what are you? If we stop that droid, are you able to download its most recent memories? What it saw?
Maybe.
Even
You-
like it doesn't even have to be specific. Like if you can just download its task list, what it's supposed to accomplish, that would give us information.
I can try. I don't know droids like you do.
Oh well, I guess the next question would be, am I able to do that, Bill? Like I have what's it called, the Astro Tech kit for like modifying and building droids and things like that. Am I able to access that information without like being super invasive? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I can say yes, but I'll answer in Anzellan. Hey, hey! I mean, that's where they were introduced, was fucking around with the memories of C-3PO.
Right. That's what. Yeah. So like. I think that's our first step. Is I think we hit this droid, figure out what information we can grab from it. Just understand that if we fuck up, it's going to draw attention.
We're
mean-
going to fuck up.
any step of this, if we fuck up, it's going to draw attention. So I mean, at some point, we just got to start taking a stab somewhere.
I just love you guys are planning this so passionately over the course of the last three games.
Yeah, I think we're planning to death at this point, and we just need to throw a spanner in the works and see what happens.
Yeah, let's go grab this droid.
All right.
We
So we're
cool with this?
grabbing the droid first. We're trying to get information off the droid before we do anything to the substation. Or are we doing?
I
the
think
whole
yes.
substation?
I think the information that we're going to get from the droid might inform some of our decisions
Sure.
for the substation and the spice facility.
Okay.
If this goes wrong, should I actually grab the droid? I could probably carry it.
So that we need to fool it in so that it thinks that it's malfunctioning. So you stop it. You put something over its optical receptors, and then we pull it into an alley. Let me get my hands on it, and then we let it go afterwards. Quick smash and grab.
Yep. Quick. That's it.
Light on the smashing though.
Do you have anything to throw over its head, Tisk?
I pull out like a random piece of, like, I don't know, burlap sack or whatever equivalent.
I have my kidnapping bag right here, with matter of fact.
Thule is holding up some of the, like, noticeably crusty sheets that are in this love den.
Dug encrusted sheets.
I didn't need that detail. I did not need that detail.
No, super didn't. Super didn't.
It's all those foot juices.
Oh, no.
I hate you all.
Secretions.
I hate you all so much right now.
Still moist with foot secretions.
That was a sentence that was said.
You're welcome.
I did not need that in my brain.
It's the ASMR everyone needed.
No, it's not.
No, absolutely not. All
right, let's do it.
And Thule just throws these sheets at Tisk.
Ew.
There's just a load.
All right, so the party actually traveling together for a change.
That's I hate it. We should split up.
Yeah, it's awful.
I'm just seeing a Clockwork Orange slow walk of everybody.
It's that, but like Watt gets distracted and starts veering off.
Totally grabs him by his head, turns him back.
On our way for a malinky bit of ultraviolence.
Yeah.
So, following Tis direction, it takes a little while. You guys travel to the same district, but a little ways over. More of a populated area, other than just a cantina where you guys have been so far. About halfway to the substation, Tisk, you spot it. Walking the same path, as if it's heading towards the spice den. You see it walk into a populated area, going into some tight corridors. You followed it here before, but there's a difference. As it's going into these corridors, you do notice that this area is not as populated as it was last time.
This is a good spot. Better than yesterday.
All right, let's do it.
How are you guys going to do this?
Tisk and we start moving in closer. Well, Thule starts moving closer. I'm not going to speak for Tisk, but Thule starts moving in to get proximity to the bot so that he can snatch it up quick once Tisk covers its head.
As you guys move closer, I've described this last time to Tisk. I'll describe it again to you guys. You see a protocol droid, typical C-3PO-like protocol droid unit.
What color is it?
It is silver, but it is a dirty, dirty silver, as in it has not had a carbon bath in a long time. Oil is leaking from its joints. This droid appears to not have much maintenance done. As it just walks, it's got its arms up, doing the C-3PO shuffle. The people that do pass pay it no mind as it continues walking down.
I will move towards it to like move in behind it. Are we coming in like the direction like that it's going? Is that jive with kind of how we're?
It's slow enough. You guys can approach it however you want.
I want to approach from behind it and look like I'm walking the same direction as it, and like close in close, and I'll like explain to Watt before I do this to like,
Let me get close, then do whatever you're going to do.
and I'll just like have the sheets like in a bundle, and I'm like
You literally.
clawed hand just like. Like as I walk up and get like close behind this thing.
You just told Watt to do whatever he's gonna do.
Well, look, take that how you will. This.
We've discussed what Watt needs to do, though.
You did.
At length, multiple times.
You did.
Okay.
So I am like begrudgingly like have what looked to be dirty sheets, and like maybe I'm trying to find a laundromat or something or whatever. And I'm like closing in behind the droid because it's shuffling.
Let me paint a word picture. So what we have is a Trandoshan, a Hurlik, a Lerman, and a floating Anzellan walking up behind a protocol droid in the Undercity of Coruscant. The Trandoshan carrying a mound of dirty, encrusted with some type of filth, bed sheets from a seedy no-tell motel. And as the four of you look like you're about to roll this poor defenseless protocol droid. So let's
That's exactly what we're doing. So
let's get some actions that you guys are taking, so I can tell you what to roll. So what's going down?
So my intent here is that I'm going to be close enough that whenever whole droid gets called on this thing, I'm going to bump into the back of it and like toss the sheets like over it as I bump into it as a means of throwing something over its head.
Once the sheets go over its head, I'm immediately going to wrap my arms around this thing, closing the sheets on over its head, and pulling it sideways into an alley from wherever we are. In these tight, packed corridors.
I'm
And
gonna
then I will
look
try to-
around and make sure we're not being watched. Mechanically, that's what I'm doing. Thematically, Watt's already forgotten what he's doing, and he's looking around bored. And as soon as everything goes down, then I will cast the spell. Like, I'll cast the power here.
Okay. Shug?
I'm like as close to Thule as I can be, so that I can quickly pounce on the droid when things go down.
All right. So, who's acting first?
Right, like I think that's where we got thrown off because Gabe said he was waiting for Jacob, but Jacob said he was waiting for Gabe.
All right, so make it easy. I'm gonna look around first, and then I'm gonna see Tisk bump into the droid as like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing something, and then I will cast the spell or the power.
Hold on. Can I retcon something here real quick as a change up of how we're gonna approach this?
Sure.
Go for it.
Please. All right, I have a better idea. So, rather than all three of us walking down the street behind this thing, I'm gonna say it's me and Thule, and my goal is I want to try and convince Shug that Shug should be wrapped up in the sheets, so that as I throw it over the droid, Shug is on the droid, ready to do whatever Shug needs to do.
Not a chance.
And then
in
we
hell.
can, and then we can sit there and be
Not
like,
a chance
"What's
in
wrong
hell."
with this stupid droid?"
Nope.
Just grab him and stuff him in the sheets.
I
Okay.
refuse.
I'm rolling the did Watt get bored roll.
Fine, whatever. All right, we'll stick with the original plan then.
So I'm looking around to see what else is going on because I'm just easily distractible.
Well,
I'm
right-
looking-
Right now, you have a very impatient Trandoshan that's looking at you.
Yeah, I don't care about him. What about anything else?
Well,
Just a quick perception check around the space here.
Oh.
Kind of going for it.
right now you are in a intersection of alleyways that's pretty open. There is a gonk droid that is walking by itself as this protocol droid passes it. That's what's going on right now.
Are they interchanging anything, or are they?
They're
just,
not. As far as you know. They're not even paying attention to each other. The gonk droid's walking away from it.
Okay. I'm gonna flip up my panel here, and two microscopic darts pulse out of my pop lad here, and I am going to cast Hold Droid twice, once on each droid.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Why
hang on.
not?
Let me double check if it concentration the same way.
I think you can only concentrate on one at a time. Like,
I don't think. Oh, yep, there is a concentration tag on it. Then yeah, just once. I'm gonna cast it. And
does Watt cast it on the protocol droid or the gonk droid?
Oh man. The protocol droid.
Okay.
But then I am immediately gonna jump at the gonk droid.
Okay. All right. So what's the saving throw?
I need a
Is the
Constitution.
Is the power literally called Hold Droid?
Hold droid. It is the same as hold person. Yeah, it is exactly the same as whole person. So I need a con save from it.
Okay, so it's still conscious. All right.
Oh yes.
Constitution saving throw. Let's see. Where's a die? There's a die. That is a natural 1.
Perfect.
As this electric dart shoots out of Watt's arm, smacks into it, you hear and this electric field comes off where the electric dart smacks into the leg of this protocol droid. You guys see the sci-fi effect of the electric static lightning go over the body as a very familiar Universal Protocol voice, droid voice comes out and says, "Oh, Lord, I have seemed to lost my motivator." And he,
As soon as this thing stops moving, I like bump into the back of it, and I'm guessing probably knock it over. And as I do, I will tumble the sheets like down on top of it.
all right, so you have officially a crime scene as the droid falls over and Tisk covers it with bed sheets.
Thule catches it, or tries to catch it before it hits the ground, wrapping the sheets over its head and around its body, grabbing it around its torso, and then pulling it off this main thoroughfare and into an alley.
All right, you pull it into a small alley.
Droid.
It's covered in these sheets. You hear, what is happening? I can't move.
You seem to be malfunctioning. Give me a minute. I can help.
I am.
Okay, so I start. So I want to pull as much information off of it as I can, but also I'm going to cast the repair droid tech power. Because you said this guy's he's been pretty beat up, right? So he's going to know that I am actually helping him because he's going to be repaired.
Okay.
But I want to see what information I can get off of it at the same time.
All right. So as you're sitting here working on this droid, give me a tech check as you hook up into it and you try to bypass into its system.
Okay. I'm very good at that. I have a plus. Okay. So I was looking at this and so I built my character on Star Wars 5e on the web thing, but I also have it built on Foundry. And on Star Wars 5e it says I have a +9, but on this it says I have a +8. And I'm confused as to why.
Go with the highest till we figure it out.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it is the highest. I have a 5 +5 intelligence, and then I get proficiency, which is +2, and then I have expertise, which is double proficiency. So it should be 9.
Yeah.
Should be 9, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
That is how math works out.
All right, here we go. All right, that's do I have an inspiration? I don't have an inspiration. Okay, that's a 7 on the die, so it's a 15 total.
Okay, so
7 + 9, right? 16.
Yeah.
16. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So
math is hard, remember?
First thing, Shug, that you notice, this has got more firewalls and more security systems than a normal protocol droid would.
Oh, okay, got it.
So as you're tearing these down and you're going through, a minute passes and it doesn't move as it believes it's now going into maintenance mode.
In that minute, I would love to tap Shug and give him. Nope, that's concentration. Never mind, I won't give you a boost, but I am going to jump on the back of the other droid and see if it's been modified at all.
Okay, so you basically what is riding around this gonk droid? Give me a tech check on that, and we'll get back to you.
You got it.
So as you're going through, you get to a final firewall, and the droid speaks and says, "Am I being? Is this normal maintenance?"
I want to give it technobabble. I don't know what the technobabble is, but but Shug would, as to like why I need to access whatever I'm trying to access.
Okay, and as you get past the final firewall, you do see a red warning come up on your screen, and it's asking for a maintenance passcode.
Do I have any way of attempting to find the passcode, or to like, you know what I mean?
Give me one more tech check.
Okay.
And this one, for reasons unknown, is at disadvantage.
Oh, shocker. Okay. Here we go. Holy shit. Okay, look, I'm not touching this. I'm going to take pictures. I rolled 2 19s. A 19 and a 19. I will send it in the chat.
That's
Holy
wild.
fuck. All right, so 19 plus 9. So I fucking knocked this out of the park.
All right, so getting into it, you just randomly choose the passcode. Chug puts Pike in, and it works. You're completely shocked.
These fucking amateurs.
It goes in. You are hit.
Before we go in the rest of this, can I jump off for bedtime? Because
Yeah.
it's 2 minutes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I was going to go ahead and call break at 8. So go ahead and go, Sean.
Okay. Thanks.
But what you get, Shug, is just a string of data coming in off this droid. Data that Watt could not find on the network when he searched before. This is pickup routes. This is scheduled drop-offs. This is friend or foe ID tags of incoming ships picking up spice shipments.
Holy fuck, guys.
You have access to the entire information network that this droid has been carrying from the substation to the cookhouse of the Pike syndicates. Pike spice shipments within this district.
I pull as much of it as I can.
Okay. As you're pulling this data, you hear the protocol droid. Wait. You're accessing files that are not meant to be accessed.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. There must be something going on with your units.
Just as you finish the data transfer and you get the data transfer, the protocol droid's head turns around completely 360 and looks at you. The regular shining orange eye stalks at a protocol droid has turns red as its armor starts to shift and smaller arms start coming out. As it looks at you at a deeper voice, you are not the normal maintenance man. As this protocol droid starts to change in appearance, and that is where we're going to take our break.
Well,
Fantastic.
we knew it was going to go wrong.
But you got the information first.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
I mean, I only
so-
held it for 1 minute, so that power's over.
So, Bill, did I cast Repair Droid on it? Am I spending that tech point?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say no. But we will be back here. I'm going to pause, and we'll be back here in about 20 minutes. Those of you that are listening to podcasts will be just a couple seconds. So we will be right back with you. All right, with a quick break such as that. Sean, yeah, a little bit's changed since in the 2 minutes where you took off to go help your child go to sleep. So we're going to start off with something that we've only done one time so far in this game. As I start the battle music, I need initiative rolls from people.
Punished for our hubris. Oh, roll initiative, right? That.
I love it. This is not a very small alley.
Oh no.
You're not a very small alley. Leave the alley alone.
What was your initiative? What?
I'm trying to remember how to do it in this. Oh, there we go. $11.
11. All right. So starting off, you get the same roll as him. That's very fitting.
Hey, so I'm gonna use my operative ability, which is called Bad Feeling. It says you have a wary eye, bordering on paranoia. When you roll for initiative, you can move up to your speed. This movement happens before the initiative order is determined, which means it happens out of combat, which means I don't get attacked
Okay.
as I back the fuck away from this thing.
So how do you? Just because I want to see you role play it, how are you going to role play it?
So I was like on the droid, like, you know, pulling wires and splicing shit, and when the head turns around and starts speaking, I'm like, oh, time to go, and I jump off of the droid into my little security droid and like fly away.
Awesome. So you can go ahead and make your movement. Where'd you want to move to?
Let's see. Holy shit, I gotta zoom in. Okay. I'm gonna go. I cannot move my character for some reason. Oh, because we're in combat.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah. Here.
Just move me east a couple squares.
I'll do this. I'll make it your turn, and then I'll move it back. So you move it where you want to go, and then I'll just go back.
I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Well, it's over there. I'm gonna go hide behind Thule. This seems like a good plan.
All right.
You get there and Watt's there, like, no, this is my spot.
All right. Who's? Oh. Okay. He's going first. Fuck. Wait. He has a 17 and I have a 17.
Yeah.
Is that a roll off?
The what's your dex?
+2.
+2. Yeah, you would go before him. It just automatically puts you. Yeah.
Put me underneath it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I hop off of my droid, and I'm gonna send it back over there to do a little shock prod attack against this thing.
Hold on, let me change the initiative value. You can get it right there. Okay. Then I will fix that. There we go.
Okay, so hang on. Let me double check this. Your tracker droid acts independently of you, but always obeys your commands. In combat, it acts on your turn.
So it's like a familiar.
Yeah, basically, yes. Yeah, so, but I'm just telling it to go attack the droid.
So that makes me happy, because guess what I get to pull out?
The token?
Yeah, you better hope I say the token. Here we go, and it should be right beside you.
Yeah, look at him, he's so cool. Okay, cool.
You want him? Do you want him smaller than that?
I just love that he's bigger than you.
It is. I ride around in it. It should be bigger than me. No, that's fine. That's fine, Bill. And yeah, I have control of it. Okay, so I'm gonna stick it. I'm gonna tell it to fly over there.
You should be able to. I got him down as a character sheet. You should be able to edit him because you're an owner.
Already ahead of you there.
Okay, cool.
What it doesn't have though is its attack stuff. So I'm just gonna roll that here.
That's fine.
Okay. But I don't have an attack roll thing on this. Hang on. So it acts on my turn, but it doesn't have like. I guess it would just be proficiency plus. What, Dex? 2 plus 2, so it's got a +4 to its attack. Okay, I think that's right. Let's see. Okay, I nat 1 with the droid, so it gets over there and it's zooming around, and then it gets tangled up in the sheets, and the shock prod is like going off like in the sheets. So now you get the nice smell of charred sheets and whatever the hell is on it. That's the droid's stuff, and then I am going to cast. I'm going to use a tech power. I'm going to cast Tactical Barrier on Thule. That is a bonus action, and it gives you +2 to your AC. It's what's it called? Shield of Faith is the D&D spell.
Oh, nice.
Shug like reaches into like his like tiny like adorable utility belt, and he pulls out this little thing that looks like a marble, and he throws it at you. He smacks it a couple times, and then he throws it at you, and it starts orbiting around you, and you can see this little shimmering field protecting you now.
Perfect.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. So ends your turn.
Oh yeah, sorry. I can. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
All right, going back into the robot's turn. By the way, you did see its call sign. It is Unit MU13.
Mule.
Okay.
That was before Gabe called it a mule. I actually hated it.
So
I mean, it's a data mule. It doesn't mean it's not a mule.
So the in my head, the 1 and the 3 made a B, and so I was like, mub.
So as it starts to move and Shug pulls away from this protocol droid, which obviously is not a protocol droid now, as its arms start to extend and skeletalize as these multiple smaller limbs come out, sharp needle-like protrusions and darts from various different weapons coming off of this droid that is designed to protect itself. It looks, and a laser grid comes out of its eyes, scanning both Tisk, Thule, and Shug, and I need the three of you to roll me dex saves as it casts a tech power.
Let's see.
Oh, Shug.
Oh, I fucked up. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It's too late. I completely forgot that I'm a rogue and that I can hide as a bonus action.
I cannot see those at all. Is this something where danger sense would kick in and I get advantage on the saving throw?
Is danger sense like you see it coming?
Yeah, effects you can see, such as traps and powers.
Oh yeah, no, because you're seeing the laser grid come out. I'll say yeah.
Perfect. Ooh, that was almost really good. So, 12.
12. Okay.
18 for Tisk.
18. Shug, what was yours?
17.
17. All right, all three of you pass. For a split second, you were blinded from this laser grid, so you did not get affected by its by the power that it was doing, and that is its action. What? You are on top of this gonk droid, as you would see, as this is going down.
Yeah, I am hyper fixated on this gonk droid being a threat. Whether it is or is not is irrelevant. So, from on top of it, just a super quick glance over. Does it have weapons that are unfolding?
It As you can roll me an insight check.
Yes, sir.
I think that's my new favorite thing is making Watt do insight checks.
Yeah,
And-
I'm not very good at them.
Oh.
Jeez, what is it with the 2s? 4.
It is making a very ominous gonk noise at a regular interval that could be a ticking clock.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Standing on it, like standing up, like I don't know, like somewhere between a surfer and a Bronco rider here. I point the pop lad directly down at it, and there's a discharge as I cast Ion Blast at it. I needed to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, dexterity saving throw. Wow, these things are actually pretty dexterous for a gonk droid. That's a 15.
It will pass and take nothing as this burst of ion just explodes on the ground next to it as I'm like flailing about trying to hold on. And then I don't know what my bonus action economy is with this character because I've forgotten. So that's gonna be it for me. That's my turn.
All right, so end your turn.
Wait, hang on one second.
All right.
Bonus action. Okay, none of my bonus actions are relevant right now. End turn. Boop.
All right, Tisk. So what you see here is you just got hit by a laser grid. This protocol unit that you followed for almost an entire day has completely changed forms. Its body is now very nimble, very tall, and very skeletalized as it begins folding out defensive mechanisms.
All right. So, quick look about. Let's see. So, is there literally no one else within sight of us anywhere here at this point?
There are people on this map, but none within sight right now.
Okay.
As you can tell when you scan out, this is a pretty large map.
Yeah. So I actually do see, it looks like there's a droid of some sort that's like way down the, is it like northwest corridor there? So like that is actually there.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Alright, well then I am not gonna go for explosives. I will just draw my chakram and start taking a stabby stab at this thing. So let me boop, 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 boop. My only complaint with the Forge VTT here is that I can't like take my character sheet and put it in a different tab. Unless there's some way to do that I'm not seeing. So like I always have to like pull it up and shut it down and pull it up and shut it down.
That's why I built my character out in the Star Wars 5e page.
And if you want to do that, I have no problem with you doing that.
Yeah, I may do that, but I will manage through it here. So we're gonna do where's this at? Why do you not give me an option to make an attack with it? Everything else I can click and it gives me options to do things, so it doesn't with this. Hold on. Where is this? How do you attack with a weapon? Am I stupid?
It's not super.
So if you find it in items
user-friendly.
and hover over the weapon name, it should make the icon next to it turn to a dice.
Yeah, I'm clicking the die and nothing's happening. Alright, well, screw it. I'll just...
Something just popped up.
Was that me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
that was me. No, Tisk is on here, the chakram.
Yeah.
Yep, a bunch of chakrams.
Oh! Okay, it's putting it into the. I
Yeah,
understand now.
and then you choose attack or damage from there.
I understand.
Yep. Oof.
That'll
Oh
be able
no!
to. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that. Hold on. Is there a way to let it reroll it? I guess I'm just gonna roll it on another one of these that I clicked here a million times. That's significantly better. Okay, so 21 to hit.
You definitely hit.
And damage. 4 points of kinetic damage.
All right, you hit it. Boom! Sparks fly off the front of its armor as you knock into it with your chakram. Is there anything else that Tisk is doing?
No, not right this moment. I just pull up my shield and wait to see what this thing does from there
All right.
before I go super ham on anything. So that'll be it for me.
All right, so the Gonk droid, now that it's being attacked, will try to attack. It will try to defend itself with its only available method of defending itself. It will kick. What?
Even though I'm on its back.
Well, yeah, it will. The leg just comes up.
I love it.
Because why not?
It's given like Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah. It just says it's kick and it reaches 5 feet and you're on top of it in its same square. So
Let's do it.
that's a probably gonna miss. That's a 12.
12 will miss me.
Yep. So it doesn't reach. You just say gonk, gonk, gonk. And that is the poor thing's action.
What is it saying? I speak binary.
It's saying gonk, gonk.
Gonk.
You just hear Watt go, that wasn't nice.
Dooley, it is your turn. You just see Tisk hit this thing with sparks flying off its chest, so it is hittable.
Yeah, Thule sees Shug go flying back and sees Tisk hitting this. Are we subduing the droid now?
Yes,
And-
yes.
Just whips the vibro mace off his back, and then hand up close to the head of it, and then other hand coming across his body to the pommel, and just smashes over the top of this thing, or tries to.
Gentle reminder, it is currently a +1 weapon.
Do you have to do that every day?
Yeah, I can nominate a new item every day.
Because I know.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be renewed. You just have to.
I don't know. I'll double check. But
for
for
right-
now, assume that I did.
Yeah. For right now, it's fine.
Nice.
All right. 22 hit.
22 does hit.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
14 points of kinetic damage.
15.
15.
15 if it's +1.
You wail into this protocol droid, caving in its chest. Still up, but it does not look happy. As happy as a droid could look. Is that it, Thule?
Hold on, I gotta pull my thing back up. I'm pretty sure I'm not raging, so. Yep, no bonus actions going on. Yep, we're good.
Beginning of round 2, Shug.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do the most adorable combat roll you've ever seen, and then fire my wrist blaster at it. And because you're adjacent, that means that I get my rogue sneak attack. To let's see how that goes. Hang on. What is my bonus for this?
You pull out your Casio watch and take a
Right
shot.
on here. Wrist blaster attack. Wrist blaster needs to be reloaded. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, okay. It's marked at 0 charges for some reason. Try that again. Normal. Damn it! It's a 7.
7 sadly misses as the laser bolt from your wrist blaster smacks into its armor and ricochets off.
Alright, I'm going to take the hide action as a bonus action with my cunning action, and then I'm going to have my tactical droid, or my tracker droid attack as well.
Okay.
Alright, that's a little better. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Excellent. He's doing 1d4 lightning damage, which, if it's like other droids, I mean, he's vulnerable to it. Maybe? That's 3 points of damage.
3 points. All right. You do see that it starts to shake and shimmy with the electrical circuit that's being blasted through it. You see its wires doing the Johnny Five, you know.
Jesus.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
Done.
All right, going to its turn. It turns around. It sees it's been shocked by the tracker droid, but out of everything, this hit from this vibra mace was the worst. It'll turn, seeing Thule as the number one threat on the field right now, and it will. Let's see, what is it going to do? You know what? What armor are you wearing, Thule?
Thule is not wearing armor. He just has really thick skin and a little bobble floating around his head.
That's
A
called.
really cool energy shield, tactical barrier.
It's called blubber.
Hey, this is muscle.
Okay, so the robot will extend a shock baton, and it touches Thule like right between the pirate coat and the vest, touching right into its skin and getting a crit.
Ouch.
As you take 2d8, because it's a crit, lightning damage.
Bring it.
You take 11 points of lightning damage as this thing extends a cattle prod or a Hurlik prod out and just shocks the ever-loving shit out of you.
Yep. Ouch.
All right, and that's its turn. What? You
All right.
A whale soft howl of response.
you are in this epic battle with your own deadly droid.
Yeah, this is my do I notice what's going on roll. Yeah, I still think that this droid is an imminent threat.
They tried to kick you.
Yeah, it did. And so I'm going to try to ion blast him again.
All right.
So dexterity saving throw.
That is a 9.
All right. He's going to take 1 point of ion damage.
Woo!
If I remember correctly, droids are vulnerable to ion
So-
unless they're ion shielded.
Yep, he takes 2.
Yes! I am just... Duel of the Fates is playing. Like, it is... There's cutscenes of the two different fights happening, and Watt's fight is clearly directed by Michael Bay. There's a transformer in the background. There's an explosion.
Lens flares everywhere.
Absolutely.
Mark Wahlberg is a slow pan of him from down below.
Oh yeah. He's holding like a stormtrooper blaster
Yeah, he's just a janitor, too. He's just off to the side.
for no reason. That is 100% what's happening for Watt.
All right.
And
Is that your round?
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna end it for me.
All right, Tisk. You just see this droid just shock the shit out of Thule.
Okay, so I am going to make another attack on this thing. As I do a pack down next to my side, I like basically draw the the chakram down through a slit on the pack before I make the attack, and we'll see if this hits before I explain more. Oh god, that's terrible. Probably not. 8 to hit.
8 does not hit. Feel free to use regular dice if you want to.
That unfortunately will not hit, so I will action surge to try that again.
Keep forgetting you're a fighter. Oh, jeez.
There we go. That's
But his
better.
dice, apparently.
12
So
over
as
its
I-
AC.
As I hit with this attack, I will use my World on Fire maneuver to
On fire.
yeah, so it's basically like I coat a weapon in like phosphorescent powder, and it like on hit it strikes and causes an additional bit of fire damage. So I'm just gonna roll this separately. Hold on. Roll the damage here. Dude. So 5 points of kinetic damage, and then oh, how do I get rid of that? 3 points of fire damage.
So 5 in total.
8 in total.
8 in total. All right. So, because you killed it, Tisk, on the HoloNet News, how are they going to report this? You got the last one too.
I'm more hoping that they don't.
Well, explain it as a mysterious
Yeah.
thing.
Newsflash, Pike, what's Pike Syndicate, in stir, after disappearance of Protocol Droid. But body as of yet found.
So you cave that thing in, and then I run over and I'm like, I want to like pull any kind of tracker out of it so that it can't be tracked, and then I'm like, we're taking this with us.
Okay, you can do that on your round because combat's still going on because it's now the Gonk robot's turn after
Well,
this.
hold on. If for like movement of this, if possible, I would like to try and like grab this thing and drag it like up here, more like up into this little walkway area to get it off, like out of the street.
Gotcha. Okay, easily done. Once it falls. So at the end of your move, at the end of your round, if that's everything, it's the Gonk droid's turn, as it will take another kick
Oh my god.
at what? Let's see. There's a d20. That is a 15.
Ooh, I think that might be my armor class. That is my armor class.
All right, he's getting closer with these kicks. As he will now move with carrying you with him as he's trying to get away from you. What is his movement? Oh, 15 feet. Okay.
Little does he know I have a climb speed, bitch. I'm locked on.
All right, Thule.
So Thule sees Tisk down this thing. Good timing. I was about to get angry. And then helps you move it over here. Is that 5, 10? Um, and then looking around, there's Watt. Shouldn't he be hacking this thing? Or are you in charge of that, Shug? And Thule just looks around and sees Watt over here just frantically clawing at the top of this gonk droid. Oh, should I? Oh no. And starts lumbering back.
I just have this scene in my head of like, no, shh, he's got it. And then Watt just gets hurled across the side of the screen on fire. Oh, no, he doesn't got it. Okay.
It's Firefly moment. He needs to do this on his own. No, I don't!
Yeah.
Shug, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna my 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. My droid notices and goes to help someone I've designated as a friend. But Shug is not paying attention to it anymore and is going to go pull the tracker out of this droid.
All right, so give me a tech check as your action. How far does the droid move on your round?
I moved it as far as it could go, 30 feet.
Okay, so give me a tech check.
Yep. That's another 19 plus 9.
Oh yeah, easily said and done. Like once this thing is out for the count, you're able to pull what appears to be a tracking fob. That's on this. That's on this droid.
Great. I have it. I want to keep it. Is it still active?
Yeah, it's beeping.
Okay. Great. And then I'm gonna tell them to wrap, or I'm gonna tell Tisk to wrap the droid in the sheets and get it out of here.
All right. So what is now your turn?
I would like to roll. Well, I've just been doing this on my own, so I'm just going to do it again. Does Watt notice what's happening here? Aww. So Watt like stands up straight after like somewhere between Surfer and Bronco riding this thing, and he looks down at the gonk droid, and he looks over at his friends. Give me the tracker!
That was where my head was going. Yeah.
And I'm gonna hold my action to attach the tracker to this gonk droid. And
are you going to continue attacking this gonk droid?
I am not.
Okay, then we
I
will.
am in fact going to start spouting in any command language possible. I am so sorry.
All right. So as the combat music ends, and let's return. The party finds itself with a broken protocol droid that Tisk is wrapping up in the dirty sheets. The gonk droid, which does sound very annoyed in its binary language, but it seems to, give me a persuasion. Let's see if you're going to persuade this gonk droid to calm down.
My great +0 to charisma. All right, 17.
All right, so it reluctantly calms down after a few more missed kicks. It eventually settles down and just starts walking back into its usual patrolling path. Gonk, gonk.
Before it gets too far, I give Watt the tracker.
And I attach it. I ask the gonk droid to deposit it over the nearest railing.
Are you giving it a tech command, or are you asking it to?
I am giving it a command.
All right, then give me a tech skill check, or handle droid handling, which is basically a tech skill check.
9.
9. All right. It takes the tracker.
That's all I needed.
What is a Gonk droid's intelligence?
More importantly, what's its programming?
Not bad. Okay. Tisk, what are you doing?
So I am doing my best to quietly bind this thing up into as tight of a mechanical ball as possible. I do have a set of binders on me for capturing individuals, so I will utilize those to try and hold arms together around it, or legs up, whatever way I can figure out how to keep it kind of bound as well as possible, and then throw the sheet over it and ask Thule for a little help carrying the sheets this time.
You ask Thule for help, and Thule just picks it up by himself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting to happen. So.
All right, so you guys are carrying a non-conspicuous human-shaped protocol droid wrapped in a sheet.
Totally non-conspicuous.
What has given a random Gonk droid a Pike Syndicate tracker and told it to deposit it over the nearest railing with what he believes is a solid command.
Absolutely.
I would like to try and guide our way back to the hideout with this thing, and I would like to try and stealth our way there, if at all possible. And basically, I'm keeping Thule back while I wait for there to not be many people, and then getting us across places and trying to go out of the way to do that. So if that is stealthable, that is what I would like to try and do.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to need a party combined check. And before I say stealth check, you guys are carrying a pretty obvious package. I want to know, what skill are you using to try to conceal this?
So,
I have an idea. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I?
I have an idea too. If this doesn't work.
Okay. I hop up on Thule's shoulder, on top of the droid, and I start making drum sounds on the droid, and I tell Thule to start singing. We're just dumb street performers. That's it.
all right. Well, that throws off anything that I can really do if we're not actually trying to hide in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know that there's a good way to try to hide this.
Is there a a trash hamper or a laundry hamper or something around, like a big rolling cart kind of vibe?
Oh, you do find dumpsters. They're affixed in places, but you see that several Ugnaughts and pit droids are in the process of getting rid of it. Actually, what? Roll me a perception.
You got it. That's worked out great for me so far. 15.
It could be worse.
With a 15, as you're looking around trying to find something, you see a door open. That I'm looking at the map. I forgot about this room. You see a door open, and as the door opens, you see 5 pit droids working on a trash assembly line, sort of like the Ugnaughts in Bespin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They are burning refuse.
Okay. Do they have a big bin or something?
Oh, several big bins. They're also dumping parts onto the conveyor belt as it's being taken into the furnace.
Do you need the whole thing?
No, I want what's inside. I don't need the whole thing.
So take it out.
I don't have a good place to do that. Right, I'm not gonna do it right in the middle of the street.
There's a pop and a almost like a little torch sound, and a little like torch unfolds from the pop lad.
I can do it. Doing it right here is a little conspicuous.
You just need its head. I can rip it off.
You see the gonk droid walking away. Gonk. Gonk. Gonk.
And I'll run back to the gonk droid,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take the tracker from him.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm gonna run into that room where the furnace is, and I'm gonna toss it in the furnace.
Smart. I'll follow him in there with, or I'll
Tuli.
direct
Tuli.
Tuli to follow him in there.
Tuli.
Oh my god, what?
Tear off the arms and legs and throw them in there.
Great.
Unless-
I want some of the implements on the arms.
Tear off the legs and throw them in there. The
Okay.
droids are like,
Yeah, as you walk in, exactly that. These pit droids, as soon as they see Watt come running in, immediately start getting around Watt, jumping up and down. The binary just going off as you guys invade their workspaces. I mean, these, especially when Thule walks in, they come up to his knee.
I'm blanking on what to say in this exact moment, but I would like to try to persuade them that we are here to raise them up, and as a fellow subservient to the big people, like 100% here to foment insurrection,
I love this.
whole 9 yards. If this cutscene goes well, Watt will be standing with a beret, ready to lead the pit droids on the revolution. I'm blanking on what to say, but that is, I'm going to try to convince them to help us, that we're here to help them overthrow their overlords, and that they deserve better treatment and all of that jazz.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Sweet. I am going to get thrown in the furnace. Natural 20!
Oh my god!
This show is so stupid.
They're going to raise you up and not throw you in the furnace. They're
As you're talking, these pit droids are just staring at each other, and you just see their little one ocular eye looking back and forth, and then all of a sudden, about halfway through your soliloquy or your speech, you see one of them start nodding its head in agreement, and then they're all like nodding their head in agreement, and they agree with it, and then eventually they just throw their arms up, and you see that in the room there's actually another gonk droid, and one just goes over, and they together pick up that gonk droid and start taking that gonk droid to the furnace and tosses it inside.
I love it. In the distraction, is that enough time to dismantle this droid and get whatever we need from it?
Oh, it doesn't matter, because after they get done tossing this gonk droid into the furnace, they leave the room.
Where do they go outside?
They are going outside into the alleyway.
Viva la revolucion. Like, let's go.
Work quickly, boys.
You are eventually left alone in this scrap processing room with the conveyor belt running as these trash items are being dumped into the furnace. You are alone with a sad, melting gonk droid. Gonk. Gonk. Its little legs on fire as it's kicking. Why they threw the gonk droid in? You don't know. There's history there.
Is there like a crane nearby or something? I could try to rescue the gonk.
I will say it's no use. His gonks are getting sad and slow.
Oh
Oh, buddy. Okay, I have chaos this into a useful situation. The rest of you guys make it useful.
All right, Bill. I want to strip this droid to the best of my ability. I just want there's nothing specific I'm looking for. Just anything that might be useful that I can use later. Nondescript, aka droid parts is what I'm wanting.
All right, just give me a tech check. I'll see how many I'll give you a poundage.
Oh, okay.
I will.
A credit value would be better, probably.
Yeah.
I will look over at you before you roll here and kind of just throw in a couple of random things that I see throughout the room, just that I think are shiny, and I will give you essentially guidance. I'll give you a temporary boost.
Would you like to roll the d4?
Look at all these things I find distracting.
No, go for it.
Okay, I got a 17 total with the boost.
Nice.
See if you can find one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these should be in it, and find one of these too.
I'm going to say you find at least 150 credits worth of spare parts.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Okay. I don't know where do I fucking track that?
Just make an item.
I had something similar. Yeah, I made an item and assigned a credit value.
Okay.
So does that mean Thule doesn't need to stomp on this thing's torso and rip its legs off?
I mean,
that can be part of what's happening.
Need or want.
I point at
I mean, it
specific
shocked
points
me
that I
really
want you to
fucking
tear.
hard in the chest.
I point at parts that I want you to tear open, and then you tear it open, and then I get in there and I pull what I want, and then I point to a different part.
Thule, how badly were you hurt?
11 points of damage.
Okay. I come over and I just give you a hug. Just in the middle of all of this, I just give you this big old sweet hug and heal you for 4 points with a back-to-pack, but it's the power of friendship.
That's what really counts. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. While you all are doing all of this, I am leaving you all to whatever you're doing with this droid. I will go back outside the door and just post up, leaned against it on the outside, and keep an eye out for what all is happening. In case anything comes this direction.
So as you're standing outside, you're posting up, and you just hear the occasional something being thrown into the furnace. Eventually, Tisk, as you're standing there, this alleyway, or as Tully said, it was a pretty large alleyway. Eventually, you start hearing the same pit droids in unison, and a bunch of them all together. You start seeing them walk. They walk back down from a hallway, passing the door to the room, passing with at least 15 feet in front of you. Each of them carrying various different items. One's carrying a lamp, one's carrying what looks to be an old sign, one's carrying a chair that you don't even know where it came from. As they're
Straight up ye old folding chair.
They're just carrying these random items they seem to pick up, and they turn and go down an opposite alleyway. And you remember 5 pit droids. There's now 7.
Hell yes.
I don't know what I started, but I'm happy I started it.
Vive la revolution!
That as they walk by, I just pick up a 3-fingered fist and just kind of give a
Solidarity.
and go back to folding my arms and just watch them go.
Bots monologue montages are my favorite part of this game right now, or my favorite part of this character right now.
All right. So, through the process of about wouldn't take you that long, 20 minutes, you strip this droid for whatever valuable parts you can possibly do and burn the rest. You've tossed the rest into it. The poor gonk droid stopped gonking long ago.
Rip, buddy.
As you guys walk out of this room, seeing Tisk with his arms crossed.
Was there anything shiny in there?
And there, just junk.
Okay.
But is it shiny?
I grabbed a bunch of random stuff. Just absolutely useless.
You got like a couple of washers, couple of nuts and bolts, like an old half rusted restraining bolt.
I mean, this character is kind of MacGyver, so it just random shit. There's literally a rubber band. What? Stick of gum that's already been chewed.
Ew.
Watt just puts it in his bag.
No.
All right, so
As everybody like comes out, there's a get what you need.
Oh yeah. The mother load.
I just hold up this pile of stuff, and you see the piece of gum right on top.
Looks perfect.
I put it in my bag.
I could have used a few more rounds, but good enough.
We should probably move.
Yeah, let's roll on out of here.
Alright. So, as you guys are heading back to... Where are you heading? I don't want to assume.
I figured the
Probably the hideout, just to regroup
hideout.
from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are heading back, walking down the same thoroughfare, following Tisk, since he brought you here. Let's
I
see.
find the nearest dumpster and I throw the sheets away.
The sheets away. The dumpster throws them out. All right. Yeah. Okay. So roll. Someone roll me a 1d8.
I do it.
Do
8.
Gabe doesn't get to roll anything anymore. That's all I gotta say. There's no middle ground with you.
I don't know why.
There's no middle ground with you. It's
It
either.
is literally feast or famine. Like,
Yeah.
the spectrum of the other.
Am I wrong here? Since the beginning of
No.
this, it's
No,
like
literally, it is constantly either like a max or near max roll.
Yeah.
Or failure. there's no middle ground with what.
Which is also true, just in general with what.
It's valid.
so. As you as you guys are heading back to your hideout, Tuli, what's your AC?
Oh my fucking god.
15 as long as that thing is active.
How long is that thing active?
I double checked it. I am supposed to. It lasts until the next long rest. So I just
No.
hit you again.
Not that thing. The barrier
No,
shut put up.
Barrier network.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Hang on. Let me see. Tactical barrier. It lasts up to 10 minutes. Concentration.
Okay, so yeah, it's gone.
All right, 13.
13. So yeah, this definitely hits you. As you take okay. So as you guys are walking, since Tuli's the biggest target, you hear foop, 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 as this sci-fi beer bottle smashes on the back of Tuli's head.
Okay.
You taking 3 points of damage from the impact of this bottle cracking and exploding on the back of your head. Turning around, you see a group of just drunk, various different aliens. And you see this Quarian who obviously just threw this. He goes, "That's him! That's the guy I lost money on! Couldn't even beat a Gungan!"
Oh man.
I'm going to smash them now. And Tuli whips the vibro mace off his back. Unless there are objections.
Maybe just use your hands.
Yeah. God damn it.
The Rookers still create a malanky bit of ultraviolence. Thule does not speak Clockwork Orange. That wouldn't work. But
How many of them are there?
There's 4 of them. The other 3, and I
that's
will.
not fair.
Give me an insight check real quick, Tisk. Before anything takes off, just give me an insight check.
Let's see. Terrible at these. 17.
17, not bad. His friends look like panic. Like it's the Adult Swim version of like the run-in with Obi-Wan, where they're like, "Dude, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing?" And
Perfect.
So his friends, they look intimidating, but they look like they're not with him.
Into smash. And Thule just starts lumbering towards him with the vibromace in one hand. Like, just casually slung across his shoulder.
You see the Quarian looks, and obviously he's 3 sheets to the wind. He looks at his friend. He's like, "Come on, he can't even beat a Gungan." He comes walking over, his tentacles just like kind of dribbling down a little bit from his chin. As he goes walking over, he's pushing his sleeves up like if it's a whooping, you're a wanton, and he's like, he only comes Tule's about 3 heads taller than this guy.
Yeah, Tisk does absolutely nothing to stop this.
Yeah,
like
nope.
this is.
Shook says he's gonna kick you ass.
You don't know where Watt got popcorn, but Watt is on top of his shoulder with a bucket of popcorn.
All right, so
I like hand a piece down to Tisk.
yeah, the Quarian's persuasion roll on his friend sucked. So the Quarian stands alone. He gets like right up in Shug's, not Shug's. He gets right up in Tule's face. He's like, "What you gonna do, huh?"
Thule does not give him a chance to get in my face. As soon as he's within that 5-foot reach, I'm taking him out at the knees.
Okay, are you wrestling maneuver him, or are you literally Nancy Kerrigan him?
No, this is vibromace.
Oh,
Knees.
Oh, okay.
This man, this historian will never walk again.
Oh my god! Holy fuck!
I love it.
I mean,
give me an attack roll because of how drunk, and you get advantage for how drunk this guy is.
You reap what you sow, man.
It was going to be reckless anyway, so
Oh my!
I'll take advantage regardless.
Swing away. That's a crit.
That's a crit.
Yeah, this man has no legs anymore.
I just yeah, because we do have the sever rule. So
We're playing with that rule.
So he's using a vibro weapon, and on a crit with a vibro weapon, roll again. And if you get another crit, then you're severing a leg.
18. It was close.
Yeah, it's light weapon or vibro weapon. When you roll an additional d20, if you roll a 20 on the second d20, they successfully remove a limb from a creature, potentially slaying the creature. It would have been a 1d100 after that to determine what he loses.
Oof.
Excellent.
How many points of damage is that?
21.
Jeez, okay. Let me check something.
I mean, he can bleed out from his broken legs, but
When you hit him, you just hear an ungodly, horrible crunching noise as you completely break both of these Quarians' legs. Or both legs of this Quarian. That's the proper sentence.
yeah.
We followed.
He crumples backwards, smashing his head onto the Durocrete floor. Let me check his HP again. You did 21?
Mm-hmm.
He had 13.
I mean, it wasn't enough to turn him to ooze, but it was close.
Close enough. As his friends look on in total shock, you gotta get a saving throw from them. Yeah, they run.
Good choice.
Okay, shall we?
I look down. There goes your ride, friend. Sorry. And Thule just turns around and walks away.
Oh my God.
I leave him there with 2 crumpled knees.
And no pulse.
And probably no pulse.
Or soon to be, if not.
I mean, I said knees because I was specifically trying not to kill him.
I feel like
I said maybe use your hands.
I feel like this is fitting because, and I'm just going to ask this because it's going to be fitting. How are they going to report that on HoloNet News? Totally.
Drunken man takes unlucky turn down an alley, finds thugs, has broken legs.
I mean, at least you didn't loot the corpse.
Hold on. He got serial crushed by some huge freaking guy.
All right.
That's the number 1 reporter on the scene.
So making your way back. Making your way back to the small, seedy hotel that you guys have made your home for the last 2 to 3 days. Stepping inside in the same room that you encountered the couple having the fight the very first night that you came here. You see that several TV screens, or holo screens, are playing various different channels across the HoloNet. One of which is a news report that pops up. Explosion rocks New Republic's offices for Security Bureau. Under investigation by New Republic security forces stationed here in Coruscant as an explosion ripped through this morning. No casualties have been reported, but the infrastructure and damage to the building has set back the transition to the New Republic government at least about a month. New Republic sources have not been able to reach out for proper word on this situation.
Not our problem.
You right.
Must have been a lot more Imperial grade explosives than just what you found.
Senator Mon Mothma has reached out and asked people that if they see any insurgent activities within Coruscant, please to report it to the nearest New Republic office.
How aware of that? Okay. We should tell Fulcrum.
Tell him what?
You know who did it.
Let's tell him after we found the arms dealer that probably gave them all this.
It wasn't an arms dealer. It was military.
It's also not our problem right now. And besides, we don't actually know who they are. They were just here, and now they're gone.
He's got a point.
I'm gonna walk over to the hanging wires and plug them into the pop lab.
It is the same room.
Yep. And can I, from this point, get a signal out of the district?
You cannot. If you remember correctly, this district is in lockdown. You guys still haven't determined what is doing that.
I thought we had.
Nope, you know that whatever is doing it has to be drawing a lot of power, and you surmise that there is a lot of power going to the spice cooking facility. That's as far as you've gotten. You've investigated everything else.
I'm gonna dig on that while I'm plugged in for just a moment. See if I can determine source of that signal jammer one more time.
Okay. Give me a tech check.
Feast or famine, y'all. 13.
13. With a 13, you are...
That's a middling roll. That's not.
Yeah.
That's for maybe the first estimate.
You're struggle bussing. You're in the network. You are in the network. You've had the back door. You're in. The skill check was successful. However, the information that you're looking for doesn't appear to be on the open network of this district. And you've noticed, especially with a successful skill check such as this, every time you've dipped into the network, there's just holes in the information. There's always been holes in the information.
Yeah.
As in, not all the information is probably kept on the network.
I look over at the pile of shit Shug is carrying.
What?
Or Shug's not carrying, but...
I would like to get this in a room as quickly as possible.
I will follow.
You guys make it back into your Doug hut. Just he's Derek shaking his head.
I don't thank you for this.
Safe and sound within this within the seedy motel room. What's the party doing?
I want to go through the information that I gathered and distill it down so that if we can figure out what we need to use.
So, give me an investigation check as you start scrolling through this mountain of data.
My intention is to participate. So
Okay.
I'd love to either...
You guys can give me a combined one. Like you.
So let's roleplay this a little bit then.
So before the droid went psycho, I got the mother load. This drive has everything we need on it, and more. We have. I mean, we can kidnap the Doug and get him out, but we probably have what we need to take down the Pike Syndicate here in this district if we wanted to.
Do we want to?
I don't know. Give me a couple hours. I'm gonna go through some of this data. I could use some help if anybody wants to.
While you're talking, you look over and Watt has already plugged into the data core that is like sitting on the counter on the table.
So, no,
I'm sitting like Indian style on the...
cinematically, the way I see it is I see Shug sitting there, like with the data drive, saying this to Tisk, and all you see is just under the camera, you see a finger, just hook it up as it's in his hand.
Dig it.
All right. So investigation. You just want us to both roll?
Yeah, give me a combined investigation and tell me what you guys get together.
Okay. I am gonna give myself guidance here.
I got a 22.
22?
13. Man.
13.
My investigation's a +4. What did I roll? I rolled intimidation.
I was about to say, yeah, like there's no way.
He's slapping the side of it.
Yeah. So add 4 to that, so 17.
17. All right, combined together, you guys are digging into this mountain of data. All the information you've been missing on the network is here.
Yep, I am copying it all.
You guys have pretty much what I said before. You have shipment dates, shipment call out dates. You have friend or foe ID icons for ships that are landing on their personal landing pads. That's on the island. You have temperature readouts for the building itself, making sure that the cook stoves are not running too hot. You have air percentages of what's being filtered as it's being going out of the building. You have product numbers. You have all of this information. Yeah. And the number one thing is you have the power readout for a localized signal jammer that seems to be built and running within the cookhouse itself.
Ooh.
I don't have much interest in shutting down the Pikes, but I bet Vobin would pay a lot of credits for this.
We can give it to him when we're done.
Well, no, we copy it and we give it to Vobin and then we give it to Fulcrum too.
We could sell it to both of them.
While, I've got this loading bar on the PopLad here, as I'm copying all this data and, aimlessly filtering through some of it. I'm going to start tweaking my search a little bit towards Imperial holdouts. Anything I can find that maybe indicate the Pikes are harboring or supporting an Imperial cell, that kind of thing.
I'll go ahead and say it's not even. No, you have to roll for this. From what you can tell from the data that you're looking in, the Empire pulling out of Coruscant seems to be the best thing to happen to the Pikes. Their product numbers went up about the time it happened with the chaos of what's coming in. That's when they took over the district. They don't appear to be supporting the Empire in any way. Of course, they're not supporting a New Republic either.
Okay.
Whatever the next step is, we should move fast.
Yes.
They will know this is missing soon, or that someone has accessed it.
They probably already do.
So, what does this tell us for our next steps?
I don't know. We got a lot of information here.
We are going in there in order to rescue someone so that... What's his name?
Vobin.
With the hands.
Yeah. That one.
So that he will tell us where the other guy...
Right. The Imperial.
Is there anything about him on here?
Question. Can we check that bill?
All right, and what exactly are you looking for?
The Imperial that we are hunting.
Yeah.
Before we get too far off track here. Curious if there is... So he was an ISB officer, so we've got a case file on him. So any code names, any bank accounts, anything that could indicate any sort of identifier, like, hey, he goes by this call sign or whatever. Searching for those keywords throughout the data that's been recovered.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Do I get? This is another joint thing. Are we both doing this?
Are you both wanting to do this? You can.
Yeah, I
I'm
think that's a great idea.
kind of hyper focused right now, so I don't know that I'm sharing what I'm doing.
Okay, that's fine.
10.
10. You do find one entry with a matching name, a Malik Sorbo. And that was about 6 cycles, 6 months before the swap over, before the Empire fell, pretty much, or the Empire surrendered, of a massive payoff from the Pikes to him.
The Pikes paid him.
They paid him for something.
So now the Pikes are hiding him.
Why would you hide someone you paid?
Like, they paid him to do some kind of service for them, and then he cashed in a chit saying, "Hey, I helped you, now you hide me."
Yeah. Is there any reference to what was paid for?
Looking around with a 10, the only entries around there are he's among a list of payoffs.
Okay. Well, I'll point it out to everybody else as we're going.
Thule's really just kind of glazing over what you all are doing and using this as an opportunity to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Just tell me when we're ready to go.
Yeah.
I assume I'm still the rapid response.
Tisk is doing similar. Checking over weapons and making sure everything's tip top.
So I still we've talked about what we want to do, but we still don't really have a plan here. Do we have an idea of what we're doing? Now that we have all of this information at our fingertips.
Do we still want to do the 4-prong thing or the 3-prong thing?
No,
I think
I think this alleviates the need for it. I think.
I'm
I
not sure I
suggest-
follow how this alleviates the need to still figure out how they're going to respond. Like, what information have we actually gained from this that has changed what we need to know to get in?
so. We don't know where they're keeping. Does the information say anything about where they're keeping Vobin's nephew?
We already had that.
We do.
Yeah,
He's in the spice house somewhere.
Yeah, I was able to glean that from tapping into the spice house.
So we know where he's at in the spice house.
We know he is held in there, along with several other people who are not necessarily voluntarily laboring.
So we have friend foe identifiers of all the ships that are going in and out. We can track down one of those ships, and then we can get on site. If we can sneak onto the ship, we can get on site without alarming things. So that's an option.
Yeah. To find the ships and then get access to said ship, but
What we would need to do is we would need to masquerade as the crew or convince somebody to smuggle us in there. I guess What do we know exactly what the ships are doing? Are they going in and picking stuff up and then leaving?
That is pretty much what the data is saying. Is that these ships are coming in, picking up spice product, and taking it to ship it off world. The ships are various different makes and designs. It seems like all in the information, the only thing they care about is the friend and foe icon.
Oh man, so we would have to do this real fast, but we need to go steal one of these ships, basically. Take out the crew so that it's not reported as stolen. Go and get a pickup or whatever. What is the next pickup flagged? Like, is it soon?
It seems
Is there a
like
pickup happening?
there is actually a pickup scheduled for the following day.
Yeah. Is that
Where is that
too-
ship coming from? Is the question.
Yeah.
From what?
And if they're running drugs, I highly doubt they're going to call it cops.
Roll me one more investigation check.
Okay.
Get high.
Okay. 16 on the die. I get a +7. So, maths.
23.
23.
With a 23, Shug, the friend and foe icon signal that comes from the ship has been assigned to the pickup tomorrow, but a ship has not been assigned yet.
So you're saying that we can just grab a ship and give it that designator and it'll flag us as friend?
Or they will assign, somebody will come along, like somebody will fly in from off-world, and they will start broadcasting that IFF. And the Pikes don't necessarily know who it is.
Is that what's happening?
With a 23, that's pretty much what you can sum up.
How do we make that work for us?
So, I mean, if we have what the signal will be, then all we need is a ship to emit the signal and show up with it, right?
But we need to do it before the ship actually shows up.
Well,
Is there a time? Is there a time on the delivery pickup or whatever?
Early morning.
So there is a set time.
Mhm.
So if we show up early but give that transponder, we can just be like, yeah, sorry, we're ahead of schedule, and then we need to get in and out quickly before the other ship fucking shows up.
made good time.
Which means we need to go steal a ship.
Well, you guys happen to have a pirate.
We also have Vopin, who said he had, if we could call on his resources. I don't know, I don't know if he's gonna have a ship for us, but he might be able to say yeah, go here and steal this ship.
Yeah, I think Vobin's a good resource on this to try and leverage in some way. I mean, he had already said that he would have means of being able to get us out of the area in some form or fashion. So he may or may not have something at our disposal here that we could leverage as it is.
Also, if we do this without a hitch, which is impossible, but if we do, we're gonna have a ship full of fucking drugs plus Vopin's nephew.
Yeah, how we're getting Vobin's nephew back to him, I don't fucking know. But
You know, when I wrote this, I wrote endless possibilities of how you guys could do this, but still a ship of drugs was not there. But
I mean, honestly, this feels like the most solid approach for in and out that I think we've come up with so far.
Yeah.
I still think we need to explore the tunnels more. 'Cause I can get in pretty close.
Not all of us have to show up on the ship. You all could get in. You all could head through the tunnels while Thule and I show up on the ship to pick up the drugs. And you all find.
you got your way in, you got your way out.
And get him to the dock. And
Well,
then we get
so-
the F out.
We might be able to bring the nephew to us. If they're loading the drugs, and you guys demand well, we want to talk to your head cooker and make sure this shit is legit. We pull him to us and then we can bug out of there. I don't know.
So, with that being said, and looking at the real world clock, we're going to call it.
Yeah.
And we will pick back up here and give you guys a week to plan, in a way. And we'll be back here on the 14th for another game. And let's go ahead and roll off for accolades, everybody.
I rolled a 9.
I got a 3.
15.
12.
Okay, Jacob, Sean, me, Gabe.
Oh, Jacob, what you going first?
I'm gonna throw mine to Thule tonight for just, in your own words, serial crushing this guy. Just Thule has clearly had this like pent up rage that's just waiting to come out, and it was just like the perfect moment of Thule just being like, "Nope, nope, I'm fucking this dude up. I'm done. I'm so done." I just like Thule is so gentle in a lot of his interactions, and just watching Thule have the moment of the line too far.
Violence begets violence.
Yeah, I loved it. And then Bill, I am just loving how much is moving and happening around us in the Undercity throughout all of this. I mean, the gang / terrorists that were come across and then gone, to the news report at the end, to the random encounter with the thugs, to the pit droid revolution.
That might come back into play.
I can only imagine that it will at some point in some way, but I really appreciate how like alive you're making the Undercity and the various events around us happen while we kind of like stumble through whatever the fuck it is that we're doing. The world definitely feels like it is happening around us, and I'm here for it. I like how you're representing that as we go along.
Well, thank you. And next up is Sean.
Yeah. I want to echo Jacob on that one, Bill. Just the amount of sandboxing you're allowing us to do in the city, and just whether it's a noodle house or whether it's a droid revolution, just letting us have an impact on the world, even if it's not necessarily story related or on like a big like Paragon kick or anything. Just sticking around. I was gonna give mine to Derek again for trying to herd cats and being the mastermind to the three
Psychopaths.
Psychopaths. Yeah. So you know, you have a Michael Bay movie going on with a gonk droid. You have just random shit going on, and you're just like, no, like this is the plan. Let's do the plan. So props to you for staying on it.
Thanks, man.
All right, Derek, you're next.
I'm gonna give mine to Gabe for the Pit Droid Revolution speech. That whole moment was fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
As were the rest of your antics the whole session, but that one in particular tickled me, and I love that.
Thank you.
Bill, dude, like, I don't have anything specific. Like the way that you're letting us kind of meld this into our own ideas and like just rolling with all of that is really impressive to me. I've wanted to run a campaign like this for a long time, and I've always been really intimidated by like all of the information that the players would have at their fingertips, and like letting them giving them that much freedom. And so you're doing a great job, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. Last but not least, Gabe.
Oh, I'm kind of fading this evening, so thank you for dealing with me, gentlemen. Derek, the masterminding of this droid heist and herding cats was phenomenal. But I really just
Title of the episode: Droid Heist and Herding Cats.
yeah
Cannon.
and droid heist and kneecaps. I think. Thule just walking over in the nope, not today. And Tisk for trying to barter a detonator for basically Simtex.
Oh my god! I forgot about the fucking grenade.
Really, just lots of little things really stood out. Bill, thank you for letting me be chaos in this game. I don't ever play that kind of character, and this has just been absolutely delightful. And thank you for letting me have those moments. The Michael Bay cinematic fight with a gonk droid, and the montage that leads into a droid revolution. Thank you for enabling this world that we can just absolutely, utterly make our own. You're just doing a phenomenal job with it, and it's always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you very much. Going back to...
By the way, Gabe, if Watt has paid any attention to that little explosive, there's absolutely a detonator on it now. Just so you're aware.
Noted.
Jacob, there's one moment with Tisk that stuck out with me. Well, actually, there's a bunch of moments, but I don't know why. But like you crossing your arms and just standing outside the door while Thule, Shug, and Watt just did what they did. Just I saw that in my head of just Tisk like, just.
Somebody gotta keep watch.
I absolutely love that. That was great. I kind of dug that. It's Tisk's whole situation. I feel like Tisk is constantly asking himself, why is he here?
Gotta hunt down Imperial somehow.
And Sean, I gotta give it to you. I wanted a run-in with one of the guys that lost money to you. I'm so happy. Like, I had it as an 8 because I thought it would be a combat encounter. And then, of course, the Gabe roll. Of course, he got the 8.
Right.
But it couldn't have happened any better than I would have wanted it to happen, of just you kneecapping this poor drunk Quarian that, yet again, might come back to bite you guys in the ass. You don't know.
I was trying to develop this idea that Thule, being the gentle giant that he is still more than capable of ultra-violence when necessary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the only time we've gotten to see Thule really let loose was on the Quarian.
Yeah.
And Thule still hasn't actually let loose with anything Thule can do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Also, like, we're not good characters. Like,
Right.
No.
none of us.
I never said I was a good guy.
No.
But you
Very gray.
you can be bad guy, but that not mean you're bad guy. But yeah, Derek, when it comes to Shug, I didn't know you were going to breeze through all those security checks to like hack the droid like so easily. But I'm like, oh, okay, well, definitely he's going to get all this information before the security protocols kick into place.
The double 19 on the disadvantage roll was fucking nuts.
Yeah. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, but I'm just happy you got all the information before the combat. I was like that was pretty clutch. That was pretty awesome. Your brilliant idea to like, you know what? I'm cannibalizing this fucking droid. I want those arms.
With the pieces.
It's like I really need that man's leg.
I've honestly been waiting. I've been waiting for an opportunity like that for a while, and so when we got to fight a droid, I was like, "Oh, that's fucking mine."
You just named off part of the inspiration for Watt. It was Rocket.
Rocket, yeah. Gotta love Rocket. Gotta love him. Gabe, I gotta say, like, what is a chaos gremlin? A couple things. I love him getting so attached to these mercenaries that you guys met for like 30 minutes to an hour. Your epic battle with the Gonk droid, I don't know why, if you've ever seen the movie Ted, it reminded me of the fucking Ted fighting the goose.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I really wanted you to kill it because it only had 5 hit points. And
I couldn't hurt it.
And the Gonk droids have a thing called explosive detonation that when they die, they explode. I wanted that so bad. I wanted it so... It wouldn't have killed you, but it would have been absolutely freaking hilarious.
That's the...
So, I know you guys give me a lot of props, but it is an absolute pleasure DMing you guys through this, because half the shit is just ideas that I write down, but it's me improvising and playing off of the stuff that you guys do. So it's just absolutely fun for me. This is what I enjoy as a DM. So,
Absolutely.
So I will get this edited and get it up on YouTube. And thank you very much for listening to us. Anybody that chooses to listen to our show, follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at Forever DMs. And I have to do the YouTuber thing I've never done before. It's like and subscribe.
Smash that like and subscribe button,
Yeah,
boys.
you can say that. I'm not saying that. I feel dirty saying it. It's like, yeah, I feel so gross. I feel so dirty saying that.
Dirty boy.
But that's the ASMR. I'm a dirty streamer.
We need to go and clip that little soundbite right there.
Not as dirty as those sheets.
Not as dirty as... Well, the thing is I could actually clip sound bites, and if you look at all of the monsters, especially the droid, you can click the speaker and it says whatever you link to it. And
Nice.
so I could link something to your droid that every time you click it, it just goes dirty boy.
Dirty boy. Yes.
All right. So, as we say here at the Forever DMs, kindness is a free action. I hear Board Game Boss uses that in their commercials now because it popped up on my Instagram. So practice kindness. It is a free action. And thank you very much for listening to our podcast. And we will catch you guys next time for more Star Wars shenanigans with these crazy minions of chaos. Bye, guys.